Good day. Again, my name is Professor Oliver, and you join me for another English lesson for English 030 and 101. Today's focus of our lesson is positioning prepositions. And one of the things that we'll be concerned with, of course, is thinking about how prepositions work to enhance our sentences. So when you're thinking about them, you want to question when, why, and how we use them. Prepositions are words that indicate proximity of space, time, or relationship between words. So when you're thinking about the actual prepositions themselves, they just give you information about where you are placing something or what its relationship is with something else. Prepositional phrases, on the other hand, are phrases that include information about the nouns, but they not only have more information, but include the preposition themselves, a modifier, and the word that the preposition is modifying, otherwise known as its object. Proximity is a word that indicates relationship, and relationships between things can be understood in terms of space, time, and the ideas and how those ideas connect to each other. So when you're thinking about space, you'll see words like in, on, over, about, aboard, right? Whereas with time, you're thinking in terms of before, after, while, during. So it's a relationship, okay? Whereas with ideas, you will often see phrases strung together with the prepositions, so in addition to, with the exception of, according to. Those are standard prepositional clusters that help to form the prepositional phrases. So we have two sentences here that give us an understanding of how prepositional phrases work. And we'll look at not only the prepositions, but also the modifier and the word that's being modified. So, the clothes in the closet have been cleaned. Okay? The preposition in this sentence is in. The prepositional phrase, on the other hand, is in the closet. So, not only do you have the preposition, but you also have the modifier and the focus of the phrase, the noun that's being modified within the prepositional phrase. A stunning model walked through the door. So we have through as our preposition, because where did she walk? Through the door. The entire prepositional phrase, through the door. So you have the modifier and the subject of that modifier. Sometimes prepositional phrases, though, show up in places other than after the noun that's being discussed. So in this particular case, we have, at the end of the movie, the hero rode off into the sunset. So we have several prepositional phrases in this sentence. At the end of the movie and into the sunset. Okay? But in this particular case, you have not only prepositional phrases that help to modify what's going on with the main noun or the subject of the sentence, but they're being moved around. So we have what's called an introductory phrase. Anytime you have a prepositional phrase that begins a sentence and needs to be followed by a comma, that's an introductory phrase. So they follow the same rules. You've got the preposition, you've got the modifier, and you've got the subject of that prepositional phrase. The same thing holds true here. Preposition, modifier, and the focus. Preposition, modifier, and the focus. It's really a very simple formula each and every time. But you do want to be careful. There are a couple of words in prepositional lists that do other things, and one of those is the word to. To has multiple uses in the English language, even though it's a very small word. Generally speaking, when you have to plus the prepositional phrase, to included in a prepositional phrase, so you have a noun that's being modified. To the store. She went to the store. That's serving as a preposition. Whereas anytime you have to plus a verb, that is actually serving as an infinitive. So he loves to dance. To followed by the verb, that is not a prepositional phrase. To dance. So let's review. Prepositions are words that help to show relationships among words. Okay? They are generally by themselves, but when they form the basis of a prepositional phrase, they have three very basic parts: the preposition itself, its object, and any modifiers. Okay? So, if you have a prepositional phrase that needs constructing, you want to be sure that you're putting everything together and have all of the appropriate pieces. That's today's lesson on prepositional phrases. If you have any questions, please see me in class. Thank you.